beautiful, beautiful girl, Stephanie Shea. She's the ADR director. She's also the writer on the show. And of course, my favorite, Michael Sinter Nicholas. So the reason the panel got delayed is because he wasn't on time. Let's give him a hard time.
It's because security is that good.
Really? You were late. So these are, we have more tasks for that's from 2023, which you guys haven't seen yet. The first one is to the main character, Kana, Megan Taylor. Another character, Pet, Mary Ann. And a very unique character, Mosan, Mary Ann. And our favorite APG, Erica Lindbeck. And last but not least, Ray Chase. So we actually got a lot of questions, well, not a lot of questions, but like most of the questions were towards production, like, you know, the creators of the show, but since we have all the English cast, I decided that we want to focus more on the voice acting part of it. And some of the questions that we got on Twitter, we're gonna try to answer it online on Twitter so that all of you guys can see it. And the hashtag Foodie questions. And the Twitter account is foodie_USA. So please follow us. So what are we? So I have some questions. First of all, to Gil. But by the way, do you guys have any questions? You will? Okay, so maybe like we'll have the last 5 minutes to open up the Q&A. Because we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do today. So.
We specifically told them not to have Q&A microphones, so it may take a second before we have those.
Oh, yeah. There's like 12 of us and there's only 10 microphones. So that's going to take us a while. So the first question to Gil is many people are wanting to know why we decided to do the sequel after so many years. Do you guys agree? Yeah. Are you guys happy with the sequel? Are you guys happy? So what was the thought process of making the sequels? What kind of thoughts and ideas went into making a continuation of something held in such high regard?
Am I answering these questions in order? Is why really still a question? Like, is that what you guys are? Okay. She wrote down why, so it seemed like. I was hoping we'd move past the healing process of why at this point. I mean, this is honestly something we've been trying to do for over a decade. From the moment we first saw Fooly Cooly, we wanted to make more Fooly Cooly. And it's been pretty much a never-ending process for 15 years to try and get more stories and tell more of this world, because I mean, people felt like that this was the first Fooly Cooly was a show that really didn't need to be explored more, but we felt like there really was more to see and do and feel in this world. And hopefully you agree. I mean, we're pretty much done with the first season. So if you aren't on board now, don't watch the premiere tonight, because it'll be the finale and it'll be really confusing if you haven't seen it. But I think if you are in this room, you're probably down. But yeah, we felt like if the opportunity came up, we were able to be in a position where we thought it's either going to be us or someone else, and we were so egotistical that we felt like we were going to do the best job, and we didn't want to see anyone else screw it up. And we were terrified that we were going to be the ones to screw it up. I think we had more than a healthy dose of fear of everything. But yeah, it's been super fun. It's been a long process. It's been tearful. Yeah. The first year was a lot of tears and healing, and then more tears. Yeah. We just finished talking about this panel now. It's true, but those are happy cheers because we made it through. Anyway, answer the question that you were looking for.
Did that answer your question? Well, I guess, yeah, that was a very good question. My question, yeah, that was awesome.
Very good question.
So now, we're gonna ask some questions to the voice actors. First of all, Xanthe. She did an amazing job playing Hidomi. It was really, really challenging. Michael and Stephanie did a great job directing her too. What was it like to play such a challenging character? Because she's, not always sad. She's not always happy. There's like all kinds of emotions going through, her. And how difficult was it? And what do you like about that character?
When we were working on the earlier episodes, Hidomi seems very detached from the world around her, and it kind of reminded me of a time when I was in high school. I didn't know what career I wanted to follow. I had a lot of pressure to choose something that I would want to do for the rest of my life, and it seems really hard because I don't know if I want to do that for the rest of my life. But if I choose wrong, I had a lot of other responsibilities. I helped out with my parents' business. And they would always tell me you should do this job or this job, and I was taking all these AP classes and extracurriculars. And so to deal with all this pressure, I went through a phase where I was very detached and withdrawn. And, it just felt like it was a lot easier to deal with everything because I wasn't as emotionally invested. And so this is what I felt like this is where I felt like I was able to relate to Hidomi, where she is at the beginning of the series. Now with Hidomi's other emotional peaks, those were a new experience for me because it was all cranked up to 11, and I was raised to be very contained, and so for certain scenes I had to push against all these self-imposed limiters, and Michael would often start a lot of my sessions by repeating Charlie Adler's mantra to me, which was that I had permission to play. It was okay for me to be stupid and silly, or very blissful, or express extreme pain coming in from out of my forehead, or being really turned on by really creepy images. So it's nice to know that it's okay. And that I wouldn't be judged for it. After doing acting in anime dubs for so long, I know we go line by line, scene by scene. So sometimes reads can be very stilted. And Stephanie was really encouraged me to be a little bit more, imaginative and really being in the scene, so that I could link all these moments together, so it would flow a bit more naturally instead of just being or it could be something like that. That's not really good. Exactly. I'm really glad that even though I had the freedom to interpret the lines my own way, I'm glad that Maki was there to make sure that we got all of the Japanese nuances in there. So, which is really important to me because, from a fan viewpoint. So, I had a lot of fun playing Hidomi, and I hope I did her justice, and I hope that you all have enjoyed it so far. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much, Xanthe. So I have a question for Allegra now. She played a role of Jinyu, and I actually have a very, very funny video to show you. Michael and Stephanie were kind enough to make it for me, but I guess I'm gonna ask Allegra, I know you have always been a fan of Furikuri, and now that you're playing in it, how do you feel about that?
Oh boy. So that feeling when there's something you've wanted to do your entire life and you actually do it? I don't know how many people have experienced that joy of accomplishing something that you have always wanted to accomplish. And that's the thrill that I had coming into every session. Because, when I was 15 years old, I want to say I was more or less 15 when the first FLCL aired. And I didn't really, I related to FLCL on this really deep emotional level that I couldn't necessarily articulate. I just knew that it reflected the adolescent angst that I was feeling at the time, and I couldn't put it into words, but it made me laugh And it also made me go, oh. So 15 years later now, getting to be a part of it, and what I always like to say is like getting to give back to the community that inspired me as a younger person is been so exhilarating for me, especially playing a character like Jinyu, playing a character like Jinyu and getting to play opposite Kari Walgren for a lot of those like contrasty moments was like, all right, have fun. It's Kari Walgren. Now you're gonna be talking to her. Go. It's like, oh yeah, no, not intimidating at all. It's gonna be great. Did it.
So, Allegra, talking about Kari Walgren, what's her name?
Haruka.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's her full name?
Haru.
Very good. Okay, well, now she can say it because
yeah.
she did it for like 100 weeks.
It wasn't 100.
I have some
It was
very,
like
very
40.
funny
Okay.
outtakes for you to show you. Josh, can you get the monitor ready? I'm gonna play this right now. Okay, we're gonna all admire Allegra.
This is like Allegra shaming right now.
It's dedication, is what it is.
Don't check for ethics.
I know her. Who are you? You can't pretend you don't know me. Haru. Who are you? You can't pretend you don't know me. Haru. Can we do the name? Haru. You're playing a working? Sir, no, I got it. Just keep rolling. You know you're paid to say words and you can't say them. Like this is literally my job and I can't speak. Why am I here?
So whoever in the audience can pronounce Haru will be the next Jinyu.
You know what? You guys, I'm sure you guys could do it better than me. No, so it's funny.
We love you, Allegra. You were awesome.
Well, the funny thing about that was when we had the session and Bucky and Stephanie are like, yeah, we got one. And I walked out of the booth like, no, we did not get one. Oh God, that was so awful. So I spent a week practicing. I was like, I'm going home, like randomly, like talking to my girlfriend, like, hey Beth, how do. She's like, what? How do. See, I can say it now. I get a text message from Stephanie like, we're gonna be doing it tomorrow. We need a pickup, and here I am. I actually finally said it.
And then she did great. It was like one take. Right. Yeah.
I'm proud of it. Yeah, you know what? And that is something. Whatever you are doing in your life, always put into work, and then eventually you will say the word that you cannot say.
Great. Thank you. So.
And if you ever see Maki having a bad day on her job, record it and we'll show it at the next year's. Just
Yeah.
spread the wealth a little.
Record it, and let me know so I can be here for it.
Thank you, Michael and Stephanie, for making the video. It's really awesome. I love that video. I can keep watching and laughing.
It was gonna be more.
Anyway, so moving on to Robbie. So because we have a lot of females for Robbie, and this goody is about children going through puberty and all that, so I thought that I want to ask him some personal questions.
About my puberty? I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
My voice will
it's
drop.
like that rated R panel anyway, so go ahead and talk about. Yeah, tell me about your personal experiences going through that.
I was pretty much locked in my room for 1.5 years. In relation to this show, I don't know. I guess that's the part that I kind of liked about the character Ide as we continued on the show is because I in the beginning I didn't know quite what to think of the guy, and then I found out we had a lot of similarities. Like he thought he knew everything about girls, but really knew nothing, and that was definitely how I was at 15. Like I just thought I had it handled. I had 18-year-old girlfriends. Like I knew everything, and I knew nothing. And I was also sort of always in the center of my social circle, but always kind of felt on the outside. You know what I mean? You know that sensation? Have you ever been in the middle, but always been on the outside looking in? I kind of feel like that's kind of how Ide was, and that's how I was personally when I was in my teens. The part where they're in his little, and he worked at a junkyard, I worked at a lumber yard. It was just really, but the part where I think Haruko's doing her voice, and they're in his little dump shack, and she gives him just a little taste of hope, and he dives out of his pants, and he's just flying naked through the air. That single moment where he suspended dong out in the air was pretty much a snapshot of my entire teenage years. I was not into drugs. I did not drink. I was not a troublesome kid, but I chased girls. It's all I did all day long. It's how I wasted my youth, and it was the best choice I ever made. Drugs and chase what you fancy, whatever that may be.
So, Robbie, what was growing out of your forehead then?
I would be nothing. I don't know. I don't know what my personal monster would have looked like, but it was scary.
Great answer. So, what about you, Michael? I mean, Michael is amazing. He, directed the show, and he's just, he's been a fan of Furikuri also. And we had a really great time working with Michael. And I'm sure he has a lot of female fans out there too. You want to talk a little bit about? You want to talk about your experience, or do you want to talk about your experience working with the team? It's up to you.
Yeah, I would love to. This was an extraordinary cast. Actually, I want to share the question that was emailed to me. Do you have it? Let's see. Oh, wait, here it is. This is what I thought. Okay, question to Michael. You secretly and openly told me that Furikuri was, is, and will always be your favorite anime. How did you feel when I approached, this is for Maki, when I approached and kidnapped you to Japan, true story, and asked you to work on the new sequels? Were you nervous, excited, pressured? And how do you feel now that you've completed the most amazing dub ever? Her words, not Maki has been a pain in the butt, I know, but she now is a big fan of yours, both as a director and actor. So you can't get rid of her. Would you consider working with her again in the future, even if she can't pay a lot? That's a snapshot in the behind the scenes of how it's going. Yeah, we went to Japan 3 years ago to have an initial meeting about this, and it was super exciting. He was there, and you were there, and you were there, and little Timmy too. Furikuri has always been literally my favorite thing.
You want a Vespa because of it.
I'm on my 5th Vespa now because of it. I rode my first Vespa to a co-sponsor in New York. I know, I still have to work my way to a yellow one. I almost bought one actually in LA. It's a whole long story. It didn't even run, but it looked just like Haruko's. It was maybe a 71 or a 68. The blinkers on the handlebars, that's a modification. That's not how they came stock. Anyway, it's been a huge thing for me. And it's one of those things you feel like you're not going to get to be a part of the thing you love because it's already been made. But I've been luckier than I should to be a part of things that I grew up loving, and then I got to be a Ninja Turtle, which was already finished, and I got to be one. I got to be, I got to work on Footy Cootie, which was literally my favorite thing. And a million years ago, a friend of mine from Media Blasters emailed the company you were working for to say, you have to consider this director for Footy Cootie. It's the only person who should direct it. And they were like, we're good. So to get to do it now, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'll get to work on Star Wars next or something. That's just my luck. But this cast was extraordinary. The thing about Footy Cootie is, it's like, you see something on the surface, then you scratch deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and things go like things reveal themselves more and more and more. I think this cast is perfect. I like what Robbie was saying about like in the beginning, you're like, I don't know how I feel about this guy. Like, is it really me? And then you're like, oh crap, it's totally me. I feel like that can be said about everyone, and everyone who came in feeling maybe with a little bit of imposter syndrome learned later on that no. Oh, I see why I had the same thing when I was Leonardo. I thought they cast the wrong person, and then I got to keep doing it. But first of all, everything's perfect. It's just too much for me to say. I have like 5 minutes to talk about this. I can't.
10 seconds.
Again, I'd like to thank the Academy, and I think everyone should have maps. And I'm really grateful to be a part of Footy Cootie. I'll step on other people's answers later, maybe if I have something to say. I'm sorry,
Thank you,
that's too
Michael.
much.
Thank you. So before we move on to 3 cast, I have a gentleman over there sitting, John Allen. He played Maury,
Yes.
the character, our favorite character. Yeah, feel free to talk to him afterwards. He's awesome. And he's a great singer too.
I
Probably
can
the
see
best
your
singer.
manties. Put them away.
Yeah. Awesome. So now we're going to talk about Footy Cootie 3, which is going to air 2 weeks. I'm sorry, that was wrong. Yeah, we're gonna show Footy Cootie 2 again, and then after that, so what is that? 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Coming soon.
So Megan, your character Kana, I personally love her. We all love that character. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into this industry and what you like so much about this character?
All right. Well, I started in the industry as a child actor, and I had this really, really tiny voice, and I would go to auditions, and people would be like, "Are you a voice actor?" And I was like, "No." And they'd be like, "Well, you should be." So I started voice acting, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and Kana has just been one of the funnest roles I've ever played. Just getting to kind of like learn her and find her little quirks. And I was so much like Kana in high school. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't like change. I don't want anything to change. And that's kind of something that she has to go through. And just, she's such a fun character. She's been just so cute, and I just love her. And I'm planning on cosplaying as her, but I didn't have all the stuff ready yet. And I have to shout out to my mom for getting me a phone case with her face on it because it's precious.
Yes. And I want to shout out, Megan made some amazing cookies that her husband nicknamed Footy Cookies. They're grandma's recipe. They're great.
They're great.
Wait, where do I get one?
So you may not have heard the English cast, but did anybody see the episode on April Fool's that was? Did you like it? I watched it. Good.
You didn't like it? Did I give you a t-shirt poster?
Take it back.
I think you should give it to this gentleman. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm mean. So Mariette, what's your question? Footy Cootie 3 wouldn't have been the same without you. I don't want to spoil the show by revealing too much about your character Pets, but in my opinion, she's one of the most bizarre one in the season. I'm sure you felt that way as the story progressed. Did you think you'd ever be cast as a character like Pets? How was it playing such a challenging character?
Well, first of all, thanks for entrusting her with, in my hands. Yeah, this is tough because I don't want to
want to give too much stuff away. But what's interesting is, Michael, you sort of started to talk about this. You said, oh, a lot of these characters, you like scratch the surface and then you find more stuff. My sort of analogy about pets is that she's totally an onion. You know, you think it's like one thing on the outside, and you're like, wait, there's a little bit more, there's a little bit more, there's a little bit more.
And like an onion, she'll make you cry.
She will. In fact, yeah, there is a pretty heavy-duty scene that was a whole lot of fun to record, and I got to tell you, I was in the booth, just my face completely wet because I'd been crying. I mean, I was sweating. I was just, you know, there was moisture from every organ of my body. Exiting the booth. That took a turn. Okay. No, but seriously, for being somebody who like does a lot of comedy, it was really fun to flex those really dramatic muscles, and especially in Michael and Stephanie's hands. But pets, yeah, she may seem a little bit bizarre, but truthfully, I think that she's, I don't think to see her as bizarre. I see her as really human and incredibly well written, because we don't always have, as humans, the standard reaction to situations. And I feel like that's really true of pets. So I can't wait for you guys all to see her.
Thank you so much. So Marianne, it's been great working with you again, because she was in Be the Beginning. I don't know if you guys know about that show, but I produced that show and she was in it, so it was great. And IG Plan was the next one. Yeah, you guys, I don't know if you guys are going to be leaving, but we're going to be talking a little bit about that. And then we're going to be having some of the cast from the show as well. I'm sorry, this is like a pretty time. So, question to Marianne. I met you through our Be the Beginning, but not are you just a good singer, but a genius when it comes to pronouncing Japanese words. I still recall that one scene when you had to say so many Japanese names. You have also worked on one of our other shows, Moribito. They're all great anime from the greatest anime production in Japan. But in your opinions, how is Furikuri special? What do you like about your character in Mosan?
The thing that I really latched onto with Mosan was that she was a hustler. She and I are both hustlers. I decided I wanted to be an actor when I was 10 years old, and I'm 30 and here I am. So yeah, I worked really hard to get here, and she has a dream that she also invested a lot of time in as a young girl, and she's still pushing to become what she wants to become, regardless of whatever barriers are in her way. And I also really value her just like because one of the reasons why I've continued to stay in this industry for so long is because I really want to push for more opportunities for visible diversity. And that doesn't just mean like racially or, gender or whatever. It also means body size. It means neurotypical disorders. It means everything. And Mosan she and I are both chubby, so that's another reason why I latched onto her. But the thing that I really appreciated about her was that she was a three-dimensional character. So many chubby characters, all they do is they show up on screen, they say some lines, and they eat. And that really hurts me because yes, I shove a lot of food in my mouth. I love food. It's the best. But I also, foodie cootie. But yeah, I love food, but there's so much more to me, I love Yuri on Ice, I love video games, I love it. I don't love everything, but but I love that I can say so many things about her as a person, and that, there's a character that, the fact that she eats is actually an essential part of her character because, she's working so hard. So I'm really excited to share that character with you guys, and I hope you enjoy her.
Question to Erica. So I remember laughing so much with you every time you came into the studio. There's actually a really, really funny slideshow that I made, but I don't even know if you want to play it or if you guys want to just watch us. But then people love working on Furikuri so much that at the end of the day, nobody wanted to leave. So we had to actually have that force. Can we show that slide? Yes. And then I think Erica Erica's is probably the best. It's like featuring Erica and Michael, but then there's another one with Yuri featuring me and Stephanie. It's pretty amazing. So I was hoping to be able to like play that while talking, but
While I'm answering my questions.
yes,
just
yes,
have
Erica.
that.
Yeah, not distracting at all.
That's a good idea.
So Erica, yeah, so shoot, I should probably play this. I don't think they're sharing their screen right now. How do I do this?
You don't even need to ask me a question. You can just put the picture up and it'll say everything, you know.
It's a great picture. Yeah, is it showing? It's not showing. Is it showing? Oh, it is. Wait.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this one is actually a very, very first photo. That's me right there, and then Kari and Mark and Rick. So this is our original, the staff from the original Pretty Goody, and of course Stephanie isn't in the photo, but she worked on it. Let me see. It's called Get Out Yuri. So that is the name of the file. What happened? Get out Yuri. Oh no, I want to show Get Out Erica.
It's literally like my crotch is just gonna be in your faces. That's what's gonna happen. Don't cheer! You guys are disgusting. You people are gross. It's right there. It's dirty. Right there. No, down, down.
Look at that. So my
It's definitely my most flattering angle I think I've ever. Definitely flattering. Yeah, it's yeah. No. Yeah, no, there we go. You
She
can
was
take it down
choking on
now if
words.
you want.
So while Erica is going to talk about this, I'm gonna play that slideshow so you can watch and listen at the same time. Hold on a second. Sorry, I should have done.
Maki knows how boring I am, so she figured she'd use something else to
Okay,
spice
no,
it up.
Erica is the funniest girl. So yeah.
Did you
so
just
there's-
call me best girl? Because I think I am.
Erica is so funny, like she's crazy. So there's something about the way you deliver your lines that made me think you understand Japanese. I guess you do understand it. I'm sorry about that. So this, it's all about the dogs, right? These are my dogs. And then like all the photos that you see here are about my dogs with the cast. Okay, so this is the guy who drew the billboard. And that's Kari and Nemo. But anyway, so Erica, so it was a true pleasure to have you play the role of Hijiri.
Thank
You also told me that you're a big fan of Furikuri and the pillows. What was your reaction when you first found out you got cast? And how did you enjoy or suffer through performing the role of Hijiri?
I'll start with the first one. I don't think I suffered at all. I had a great time recording for this project. I was incredibly excited when I booked the role of Hijiri. She feels very much like a part of me. There's a lot of me in there. She kind of has this like really interesting false gravitas armor thing that she does that I think is really interesting and also something that a lot of girls and men, I'm sure as well, like we deal with as we're growing up, just to protect ourselves and pretend like we know, and also dealing with the fact that we don't. Maybe you realize that you're. There's Yuri. Because that maybe you're going down the wrong path, like maybe, oh my God, is this really what I want? Like, is this, oh man, like that's really scary. And I did, I've seen the pillows in concert. I want to say at Fanime a long time ago, or Anime Expo. I cannot remember. It was when I was attending. I'm also a big fan of anime and games, and I used to go to conventions and cosplay. So but I saw the pillows a while ago, so it's crazy to be in the thing now. But yeah, that's basically, I think that's it, right? That's a question.
Yay,
Thank you.
awesome, thank you, Erica. So, Ray has a lot of,
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's them constantly. Look at, see, nobody wanted to leave. Look at Michael, like he's having to like force Ray out of it. And look at Steve. We're begging, even the Okay, so that's my horse and Michael. It's all about my animals. Look at people infatuated with Stephanie. And this is like all for the pillows. Because the pillows is coming. So that's it. Right. So, Ray,
Hi, Maki.
did you know that, Stephanie is a casting director, but
Yes.
I had you in mind for this role.
Thank
Even
you,
before
Maki.
she
Maki, you're a
suggested it.
wonderful person and a
Thank
very,
you.
very beautiful young lady.
So anyway, so you knew that I had you in mind when I first heard your voice of Kanda, and and I know that you're also a Furikuri fan.
Yes.
And what is it like to be cast in one of your favorite shows? Kanda is a very unique character, and he slurps a lot, just like the other characters that you've been playing in our shows.
Yes.
He's so good at it. I mean, like he has like a lot of scenes where he has to like drink coffee and slurp udon and all that. So by now you should be able to organize like a workshop of like slurping, how to slurp in anime.
I'm your wet man. Bring me in for the water stuff.
So tell us what was it like to play the role of Kanda?
Kanda is a 40-year-old bureaucrat type, has a very mysterious past, and about 67% of his lines are just slurping udon noodles in a shop with Steve Bloom standing by his side. And it was an interesting show to work on. I watched the show when I was in high school and was just baffled by it and thrown by it. I'd never seen anything like it. And working on this was very much the same thing. We had no idea what was coming next. And playing a character with a shady past on a show where not everything is even explained just makes it even doubly more confusing. I will say that getting into character, I ate a lot of udon and recorded myself slurping it. It sounded like this.
Come on.
Thank you.
Taste the buckwheat.
We recorded it once and then I was done for the day. And that was it.
Take one.
Yeah, take one. Just on take one. It was really, really cool to work with you guys on this. And it, like you were saying, in Be the Beginning, I did get to drink a lot of coffee as Keith Flick. And let me tell you, drinking coffee doesn't sound like what you think it is. You have to use a variety of different vessels and liquids to make it sound right. So my panel about liquids is tomorrow at 10 a.m. But no, it was really, really fun to work on this. I can't wait to share this with you. This has been a really hard thing to keep under wraps.
Yay, thank you so much. Last but not least, Stephanie.
Yes.
She has been my friend. Are we friends? Yeah, we're friends. We are. Yeah, we met what?
I let you borrow my car for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I got in an accident and like everybody's like, oh, I'm sorry. And Stephanie was the only one who said like, oh yeah, you want to borrow my car? I'm like, wow. I didn't even have to pay her for anything, but yeah, you were my friend.
But she cleaned my car. It was a mess.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh my god, it was so dirty. I had to clean it. It was pretty gross. But anyway. Yeah, but anyway, so we met like in 2000, right?
Yeah.
Or before that?
No, I think on this show.
Yeah. And she was Mommy Me, of course, in that character. And a really great pleasure knowing you. I don't think she thinks that way, but I do. But I know she did. It was like before I hired her to do it, so maybe.
Lies.
So are you happy with how the show is coming out? And tell us about your journey through working on such a highly anticipated title like Furikuri 2 and 3. Furikuri 2 and 3.
I'm very, very happy the way it turned out. I'm also relieved. I think that in the beginning, we had a lot of nervousness and expectation. And then I was like really like afraid because it was like, what if it's bad? Or what if people hate it? And like in the beginning, you don't really know. You get these scripts that are just like almost like little essays.
But since you can't see it, it's really hard to envision like what is going on, especially for this season when because when Haruko appears, she's not Haruko and she's a teacher and it's like read it. So we had to had translate a lot of different versions, and then lots of times the story would get changed. And then we have animation that was just storyboards.
Long story short, I think she's just trying to say that production was so delayed that we had to record off of pencil sketches.
No, we had to record some off the pencil sketches. It was so bad, but no, it was like it was a lot of when they talk about crying, like this is like the specifics of like a lot of the work even before we get to the recording stage. And there's so many versions of the videos that sometimes I'd have to be like, Maki, I don't know. Is this the latest version? Is it, is it 2-4305 or is it, so it's a lot of different.
The way, Japan like records the animation is like they usually have like a name, like in bold. Let's say like say like hijiri or something, and then for that moment it's like when you're supposed to read the line, but the English recording is like more precise. You have to like really match the lips and all that. So we didn't have any of that until like the last minute. So
Sometimes the night before I was writing the ADR script because we had to get it done. They're like, oh, the new video's up and woo. So yeah, it was crazy.
And sometimes only for the mix, so we'd have to go in and fix things or record something.
Yeah.
They were amazing, like both Michael and Stephanie. Like, I'm just afraid that they probably don't even want to work with me anymore because I was just like full of lies. It's like, everything will be done, and then it's not. So.
It's actually you're not the only company that does that. That makes me feel even every single one does. We're used to it. Plus, we had a lot of good time. A lot of good food, a lot of stinky dogs.
Nemo farted
a lot. Hopefully, if we were lucky, it was not when we were eating good food.
I have this like really cute studio where like the booth it's like soundproof, but I'm not really sure is it odor proof because like
When that was put to the test, Max was in there and we were out. It was like someone set off a bomb. I was like, what's going on in my nose? I can taste it. It's horrible. And Max is in the booth. He's like, oh, well, I'm cool in here. And about 5 minutes later, he went, no! So it has airflow.
Because it has an airflow vent into the food.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Stephanie. And then before we show you I guess we can open up the Q&A, but before we do that, I have Veronica who played a pet's mother. Her name's Mimi. She's hiding behind stage right here, so please welcome her. Do you have a mic close to you? You want to say something about your experience working on Burikuri? Well, John should do it too. John, come on up. Yeah. We each have like two minutes, maybe a minute and.
I just want to say I'm super excited to be part of it. I've always heard about it and didn't know that much about the show, and I'm really psyched to be part of it. Even though my character is small, there are no small actors, nor small roles. So.
I just want to say thanks again for having me be part of the show. It's clearly, I forgot how popular it was 15 years ago, and then look at it now. So thank you all for coming to that one. There's absolutely no reason for you to look at my panties.
It is also cool to be here all together since I haven't ever, like half the people I've never met. So it's really awesome.
Alrighty, thank you so much. So we're gonna now show you guys the first 5 minutes of episode 6, which is going to air tonight. How many of you guys are gonna live tweet? Let's do it, yeah? Alrighty, here we go.
all this. This is what you wanted, right? Your dreams being fulfilled. So just go back and leave us alone! And give Ide back, please.
Puberty. Were you listening to anything I taught in class? Give this back. Give that back. Oh, give it back, please. Because it's all about what I want. I want everything to be mine. Give it to me, Mom. You're like a child throwing a tantrum. You think you get things by asking? That if you're stomping crying on the floor, people will just drop things in your lap.
Then what am I supposed to do?
Hand it over. If you want something you don't have, then you must hand over what you do have. That's called balance. Making a deal isn't really appropriate for a teacher. This is the last thing I'll teach you. You just have to give your power to me.
Is that your final answer?
You're responsible for your own responses.
Despite what you may think, I have learned. It's time to stop acting childish. And that's why I'm just gonna take it.
You got a gold star!
Hurry, we need to evacuate.
Thank you, Hima-G. The time has finally come. Come to me, Adamus. This doesn't look so good.
This is bad. We have to get out of here, Captain. No, we can't. Gather round, men. Listen to me. You youngins are the ones who fuel space. I am never going to give up on you.
Do you think we leave now? It's 2:55. Or do we have time for Q&A? 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Okay, you guys want to ask questions? I mean, we don't have any thing to give you
Speed
guys
round.
that. Yeah.
Like,
All right, well, for those of you who are leaving, thank you so much for coming. I hope you had a good time.
Let's check it out tonight, 11:30. It won't have that weird LA Convention Center Wi-Fi password thing on it.
And thanks for everyone that Pootie Pootie cosplayed.